Hello! Today we're going to be doing another deck review, but before we get started, I do want to remind everyone that we put out a new deck review every week, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can follow along. Now let's get to the cards. Today we're going to be reviewing the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle by Grounded by the Moon. It's an oracle deck inspired by the movie Practical Magic. Now, I'm going to spend a moment talking about this movie because I love Practical Magic. I mean, it was one of my favorite movies growing up. There's a lot of really good actors in this movie. The aunts, that was Stockard Channing and Diane West, which the OG Rizzo from Grease, and Kim's mom in Edward Scissorhands. Then we have Aidan Quinn, who plays the love interest of Sally the investigator. He was Alfred in Legends of the Fall, another movie I really love. And then we have Goran Vishnich, who is Dr. Kovac in ER. He plays Jimmy, which is the bad boyfriend to Jilly. Jilly is Nicole Kidman. She plays Jillian Owens, and I mean, it's Nicole Kidman. She's been in everything. She's amazing. But at the time this movie came out, my favorite Nicole Kidman movie was definitely Far and Away. I love that movie. It's really sweet. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And then that leaves us with Sandra Bullock, who is, of course, Sandy Owens. So, I'm sorry, Sally Owens. So, Sally Owens, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is kind of like a hometown hero, I guess you could say, where I grew up. We went to the same high school, so a lot of the teachers had either taught her or went to school with her. And by the time I came along, you know, they loved telling their stories. In particular, my English teacher, Mrs. Filthy, in freshman year, I remember she would love to regale us with stories about Sandy Bullock when she taught her drama. It was really nice hearing those stories to really humanize her. She seemed like a really great gal. Like, no one had anything bad to say about her, so that was kind of neat. When this movie came out, I think she was most famous for Speed, but I really loved her in Love Potion #9 and Demolition Man, Take This Job and Shovel It. I love that movie. So anywho, Practical Magic. It was this movie that it made many of the things I was interested in seem normalish. I mean, like, here's this movie that, I mean, it was very made for the masses, don't get me wrong, but it was also the first, like, big screen representation to my little solitary self that wasn't completely an overblown caricature. You know how things can be, it's like how they think we are versus how we actually are almost. You know, and a lot of the movie, it was just super relatable. Who hasn't wanted to run away from family drama, from a bad boyfriend, a worse breakup, you know, been bullied, dreamed of being accepted, and of course, everyone wants a happy ending like Sally gets when she finds love in the most unexpected way. If there is some way you have been under a rock and you have not seen this movie, get thee to Amazon, Google Play, whatever you need to do, go and watch it. I mean, there's your homework, folks. But in the meantime, back to this deck, the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle by Grounded by the Moon. So this is a 37 card oracle deck. You see it comes in this nice glossy tuck box. Has some imagery on the front, a moon with the little cute witch's hat. It does come with a little black book, I guess you could say, with all the descriptions inside. And in addition, they did include some, you know, some spread ideas to get you rolling on this, which I thought was really generous of them. That was a cool addition. The cards themselves, they're smooth, glossy. They feel great, really good flexibility for shuffling. The colors, for the most part, they're pretty dark, and it looks good with this glossy deck. I did also, I edged my deck in black because they were selling a black deck and I accidentally purchased the regular one, so I went ahead and edged mine out in black, and it looks great. I love it. So the back, you'll see they have these roses and brooms and stars and little witch hats on there, so it's all imagery that's very on theme for this, you know, the deck itself. I would say that the pictures on the fronts of the cards, they're very spot on for the words that the author put on there. You know, I might be swayed because I love the movie, but most of the cards do make me remember some of my favorite scenes and how those scenes could apply to me, you know, in my own life, in my own, you know, oracle spread as I'm doing it. Now, a unique thing about this deck is that they are limited edition. So there we go. I'm number 54, as you see. And also the deck author was kind enough to charge and cleanse all these by the moons. And they even included these nice little cards to show the date that took place. Very legit, which I thought was a nice addition. And also they put in these cool element moon cards, and I feel like that really helps round out the deck so that you can use it more for your, daily basis sort of thing. The cards themselves, they're very slippery also. I want to mention that. So when you shuffle, I actually tend to shuffle this like this way because they are so slippery, it just glides right over, and it's a thin deck, so it's really easy to do that. My favorite thing about this deck is, of course, the imagery. I love the movie. You keep hearing me gush about it this whole review, so I love seeing all these little mementos that remind me of it, my favorite scenes, and let me show you the cards. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you my three favorite cards, which were Climbing Rosebush, Midnight Margaritas, and Asperitas. So we'll start with Climbing Rosebush. Climbing Rosebush is representative of consequences. In the movie, they hide Jimmy's body under the rosebush, and look how well that turned out. The affirmation we get in the guidebook is, I will think before I act. Next card. Midnight Margaritas. Honestly, when I say the words Midnight Margaritas, I get a little excited because this is a variation of something I actually do. But for this deck, this card is representative of truth coming to light. And I think of Sally and Gilly's face as the aunts sing their response to her question of where the bottle of tequila came from as, someone left it on the porch. That someone presumably being Jimmy's goading spirit. The affirmation we get in the guidebook is, I illuminate my honesty. And last but not least, we have Asperitas. The love spell a young Sally Owens cast so that she would never fall in love, as surely no man would have the qualities she was prescribing. He will hear my call a mile away. He will whistle my favorite song. He can ride a pony backwards. He can flip pancakes in the air. He'll be marvelously kind, and his favorite shape will be a star. And he'll have one green eye and one blue. The Asperitas card is all about manifestation. Not just hoping for the best, but taking an active part in shaping your own destiny. The affirmation we get in the guidebook is, I create my destiny. So this deck I paid about $50 shipped, and unfortunately it is no longer for sale right now. It was a limited edition first run that I grabbed, so I would recommend shooting over there and just leave some messages for them and let them know this is something you'd like to see again if you're interested in actually seeing them produce another one of these decks. I'll go ahead and drop the link to their Etsy page so you can check it out, and maybe one time you'll check and another deck will be there. That would be really cool, right? So that's it for today's deck review. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. If you managed to grab a copy, let me know. If you have any questions about it, or if you just want to talk about it, if you love practical magic, drop me some comments down below. Let's discuss. And until next time.